Hello dear students, today we will discuss about the properties of dihydrogen, in which first we will discuss about the physical properties of dihydrogen. As we already know that dihydrogen is colorless, odorless and tasteless gas. This gas can identify with help of pop sound only because it has no any characteristics smell. That's why this gas is only identified with help of pop sound. Now, it is slightly soluble in water. This gas is slightly means dihydrogen is slightly soluble in water. It is lightest element among all, and it has very low melting and boiling point. It exists in diatomic form H2. It exists in diatomic form H2. One very important thing of dihydrogen is found, which is known as a nuclear spin isomers of dihydrogen, which is an important physical property of dihydrogen. If nuclear spin of two hydrogen atom in dihydrogen present in a same direction, then that is known as a orthohydrogen. And if nuclear spin of two hydrogen atom in dihydrogen is in opposite direction, then that is known as a parahydrogen. And these hydrogens are nuclear spin isomers of dihydrogen. If nuclear spin of two hydrogen atom present in same direction, then that is known as a orthohydrogen. And if nuclear spin is present in opposite direction, means कि this spin is clockwise and this spin is present in anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise direction. This in clockwise and this in anti-clockwise. So it is a para-hydrogen. This one is ortho-hydrogen and this one is the para-hydrogen. It is ortho and this one is the para. So if nuclear spin of dihydrogen is present in same direction, then that is ortho. And if nuclear spin of two hydrogen atom present in a opposite direction, then that is known as a parahydrogen. So these are nuclear spin isomers of dihydrogen. This one is the important chemical properties of dihydrogen. Now, hydrogen gas show accumulation at the surface of some catalytic species like nickel, palladium, platinum, etc. If some amount of dihydrogen is adsorbed at the surface of palladium, then that is known as a accumulated dihydrogen. That is known as a accumulated dihydrogen. If some amount of dihydrogen, if some amount of dihydrogen, if some amount of dihydrogen is adsorbed at the surface of palladium, at the surface of PD, palladium, then this amount of hydrogen is known as a accumulated hydrogen. That amount of dihydrogen is known as a accumulated dihydrogen. When some amount of dihydrogen adsorb or accumulate at the surface of palladium Pd with help of weak van der Waals force, then that is known as a adsorption. That process is known as a adsorption. That is known as a adsorption. It is known as a adsorption. Adsorption is a type of process which takes place at the surface only. So here some amount of dihydrogen accumulate at the surface of palladium, and that is known as accumulated dihydrogen. Now dear students, we will discuss about the chemical properties of dihydrogen. Now very important thing about the dihydrogen is chemical properties of dihydrogen. Chemical properties of dihydrogen. We will discuss about the chemical properties of dihydrogen. Chemical properties of dihydrogen. In chemical properties of dihydrogen, first we will discuss about the reaction with metal. Reaction with metals. Reaction with metals. We will discuss about reaction with metals. In reaction with metals, we know that hydrogen react with alkaline or alkaline earth metals or with alkali metals to form their corresponding hydrides. Hydrogen react with alkali or alkaline earth metals to form corresponding hydrides. For example, if sodium react with dihydrogen, then it form twice sodium hydride, NaH. If potassium react with dihydrogen, then it form twice KH, potassium hydride. And if calcium react with H2, then it forms CaH2 calcium hydride. And if magnesium react with dihydrogen, then it form MgH2. S block elements means alkali metals are alkaline earth metals, means first group or second group elements of S block react with dihydrogen to form their corresponding hydrides, and if these hydrides are dissolved in water, then these hydrides form their corresponding hydroxides with releasing hydrogen gas. These metal hydrides are ionic in nature. These metal hydrides are ionic in nature, like sodium hydride NaH, it show Na plus H minus, K plus H minus. So these hydrides are ionic in nature. These hydrides are ionic in nature. And dear students, you should always keep it in mind, only in metal hydrides hydrogen show -1 oxidation state. Only in metal hydrides hydrogen show -1 oxidation state, whereas in other compounds hydrogen always show +1 oxidation state. It is very important thing, you should always keep it in mind. I have told to you, if these hydrides dissolve in water, then they form their corresponding hydroxides with releasing hydrogen gas, like NaH dissolve in water to form NaOH with releasing hydrogen gas. KH, potassium hydride, dissolve in water to form KOH with releasing hydrogen gas. So dear students, you should always keep it in mind. Now, second chemical properties, reaction with non-metals. Reaction with non-metal. Reaction with non-metals. Reaction with non-metals. Non-metals. Reaction with non-metals. Dihydrogen or hydrogen easily react with non-metals to form their corresponding hydrates, which are mostly covalent in nature. For example, nitrogen react with hydrogen, form ammonia, and 2 plus thrice H2, this gives twice NH3. Similarly, sulfur react with hydrogen to form H2S, hydrogen sulfide. Sulfur react with hydrogen to form H2S, hydrogen sulfide, which have a rotten egg-like smell. Similarly, in similar way, carbon react with hydrogen, C plus twice H2, this gives CH4. Methane gas will prepare. Carbon plus twice H2, this gives CH4. Methane will prepare. In similar way, oxygen react with hydrogen to form H2O. To form H2O. Oxygen react with hydrogen to form water molecule. To form water molecule. In this way, we can say that non-metals react with hydrogen to form their corresponding compounds, which are mostly covalent in nature. Now, next chemical property is reaction with metal oxides. Reaction with metal oxides. Reaction with metal oxides. Reaction with metal oxides. Dihydrogen reduce some metal oxides. Dihydrogen reduce some metal oxides, and metal oxides change into corresponding metal. For example, if copper oxide is taken, which react with dihydrogen to form copper with releasing water molecule. CuO react with H2 to form Cu plus H2. Similarly, zinc oxide is taken, ZnO is taken, which react with H2 to form Zn plus H2. So here metal oxides reduce in presence of dihydrogen to change into zinc, to change into metal. Here copper oxide reduce in presence of dihydrogen to form copper with releasing water molecule. Here zinc oxide reduce in presence of dihydrogen to form zinc with releasing water molecule. And similarly, if lead oxide, metal oxide is taken, lead oxide PbO, if PbO is taken, so it react with dihydrogen to change into Pb plus H2. So these are important chemical. This one is the important chemical property of dihydrogen, in which metal oxide reduce in presence of dihydrogen. Now, next chemical properties is hydrogenation. I think you already know about hydrogenation. What is means of hydrogenation? Because in previous class you have already discussed about hydrogenation. With help of hydrogenation, vegetable oil converted into vegetable ghee. So now we will discuss about hydrogenation. we will discuss about hydrogenation. 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 Addition of dihydrogen with any unsaturated hydrocarbons is known as a hydrogenation. Addition of dihydrogen with any unsaturated hydrocarbon in which unsaturated hydrocarbon change into saturated, that is known as a hydrogenation. For example, if ethene is taken, if ethene, you already know that unsaturated hydrocarbons are those types of hydrocarbons in which in between carbon-carbon double or triple bonds are present. So if ethene is taken, CH2 double bond CH2, if ethene is taken, and if ethene react with dihydrogen, then it form ethane, CH3 single bond CH3, then it form ethane dihydrogen, then it form ethane unsaturated hydrocarbon. Similarly, if alkyne is taken, means if ethyne is taken, acetylene is taken, then what happen? If acetylene is taken, then what happen? Acetylene means HC triple bond CH, HC triple bond CH. If with ethyne, dihydrogen react, then it form, in first step one pi bond is break and it form CH2 double bond CH2. Ethene will form. Ethene will form. And further this ethene react with dihydrogen again and pi bond converted into single covalent bond, that is ethane, CH3 single bond CH3. Ethane will form. So dear student, you should keep in mind, hydrogenation is a type of process in which dihydrogen is added with any unsaturated hydrocarbon and the unsaturated hydrocarbon change into saturated hydrocarbon. If higher alkenes are taken, higher alkenes are known as a oil. Higher alkenes are those types of alkene in which maximum number of alkyl groups are present. In which maximum number of alkyl groups are present. For example, if higher alkene is taken like this, C double bond C, R, R, this R and this R. This one is the higher alkenes, which is known as a oil. And this higher alkene react with dihydrogen in presence of nickel catalyst. Higher alkene oil react with dihydrogen in presence of nickel catalyst and pi bond break and two hydrogen atom connected with carbon atoms and this unsaturated hydrocarbon change into saturated. R, C, R, H, single bond C, R, R, H. This is unsaturated and this compound is saturated hydrocarbon. which is known as a Vanaspati ghee. It is Vanaspati ghee. It is Vanaspati ghee. So, in this way, unsaturated hydrocarbons, unsaturated hydrocarbons, alkenes, higher alkenes, which is known as a oil, react with dihydrogen in presence of nickel catalyst to change into vegetable ghee, which is saturated hydrocarbon. Now next property of dihydrogen is reaction with carbon monoxide. 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 Carbon monoxide. Reaction with carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide react with dihydrogen in presence of Cr2O3 and zinc oxide to form CH3OH, methanol. Carbon monoxide react with dihydrogen in presence of chromium oxide and zinc oxide to form methanol. It is important chemical property of dihydrogen. So this one is also very important chemical property of dihydrogen, in which methanol CH3OH will form. One important chemical properties of dihydrogen is reaction with halogens also. Dihydrogen easily react with halogens like fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine and form their corresponding haloacids. For example, if halogens are taken, halogens means 17 group elements which have salt forming nature. If halogens fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine are taken, these halogens easily react with hydrogen to form their corresponding haloacids like H2 react with F2 to form twice HF, hydrogen fluoride. Cl2 means H2 react with Cl2 to form twice HCl. H2 react with Cl2 to form hydrochloric acid. Similarly, bromine Br2 react with Cl2 to form H2 react with Br2 to form twice HBr, hydrogen bromide. And similarly, H2 react with I2 to form twice Hi, hydrogen iodide. Here hydrogen react with haloacids like chlorine, bromine and iodine to form haloacids which are acidic in nature. Acidic nature of these haloacids increases on moving from top to bottom. HCl have a least acidic character than HI. HF, HCl, HBr and HI. Acidic character increases. Acidic character increases. Acidic character increases. Why? Because bond length increases are moving from top to bottom in a group, and if bond length is increases, then bond is strength is decreases, and in this way Hi have a high acidic character. Hi have a high acidic character. High acidic character. Hi have a high acidic character. So dear students, you should keep it in mind. Dihydrogen easily react with halogens like chlorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and form their corresponding haloacids, which are acidic in nature, and acidic nature of these haloacids increases on moving from top to bottom. Why? Because with increase in atomic size, bond length between hydrogen and halogen is increases, and in this way bond become weaken. Bond क्या हो जाता है? Weak, and that's why Hi have a high acidic character, because in between hydrogen and iodine here bond is very weak, and from this compound hydrogen easily dissociate. So dear students, you should keep it in mind. These properties are very important properties of dihydrogen, and in next video we will discuss about the hydrides of compounds, in which we will discuss about three types of hydrides, like ionic hydride, second is the covalent hydrides, and third one is the metallic or interstitial hydrides, or that is also known as a non-stoichiometric hydrides. Thank you dear students. In next video we will discuss about hydrides. Thank you.